Hey guys, this is going to be a shorter video, but Bolt here with SB Studios. We're going over Marvel versus DC. So in Monday I explained it a little bit, but basically these are the comparisons of the Super Saiyan / superheroes and their power sets. So I say the biggest things you can explain it would be Captain Marvel versus Superman. So with Captain Marvel, she is a very powerful person, but the thing is she's got a limit to her powers. Her powers cannot go against the Infinity Stone of Power and go beyond that, really. Now with Superman, he can go as high as he wants, just absorb that sunlight, get a higher power, throw some comic book universe BS out there, and the Superman can logically and by virtually defeat anything in his path. Like Red Kryptonite and the Blue Sun can make their powers freaking spike, and they can gain new power sets and all that. But the only bad thing is, well, he has no limit like Marvel does. He has so many different weaknesses, like say magic, which I explain it to people. Basically, magic in the DC universe is something that no form of body or technology can really counteract a magic unless it is using magic itself, which is a counter spell. So you can kind of see Constantine and Zatanna, they may be weak as a being, but when they use spells, which is a learned technique, they are a very feared thing and very useful in several battles, including the Dark Apocalypse movie, where Constantine was needed to defeat Darkseid, which, by the way, is Superman level stuff, and you're talking about Constantine, a human being who just knows how to speak tongues. And so basically it's just magical BS, go, let me just defeat this person in the DC universe. And then of course there's Kryptonite, which is like, oh, it's a green rock. No, it's not. It is basically the atmosphere and the mineral from his own planet, which made him normal, was radiated by most likely a red sun, traveled all the way to the Earth, and has crash landed with radioactive energy coming off of it, which can give someone cancer like it did Lex Luthor, and it affects Superman at just the same level, if not worse, because it is something he was native to, but his body is starting to reject because it's been so long. Not to mention, it is a radioactivity that is based on his strength / weakness. So yeah, Kryptonite is just an element that is, by science fiction standards, understandable. But that is basically how Marvel and DC work. Is Marvel, it says there's the power sets of the people, but it only goes so high. They can train themselves, but there's a limit to where they can go. DC, they can go and become unbeatable. There are some things that can break down their weaknesses, but there will always be one or two things that someone else can do that will win them the fight. Batman, who is a literal human who's just learned everything and gained every single style of fighting, is able to beat Superman, who is a god tier, which is, I believe, it's like the street level, city, world, and then the cosmic. Superman is a cosmic level person, and freaking Batman is able to take him down in most universes. So, yeah. And here's the thing about Marvel. You can explain like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is probably one of the best examples. Spider-Man is supposed to be this person with great strength, great responsibility, but the thing is he knows when he's beat. And he's got to use his brain to find other means of winning. Where most DC is more of just, let me punch it harder and stronger and push myself to a higher limit so I can win. That is basically DC characters. And I believe that's why I like DC better, because I like Dragon Ball. So I like that ideal, and I think I've tricked myself into liking that. By my own logic, I would like to see Marvel do better, but it's just Marvel doesn't have awesome fights. It looks like... Actually, I have no space to talk, because Dragon Ball and DC do the same thing, where they have such strong forms, which could have beaten the previous villain a lot, like, within seconds, but the new villain can beat that new form or beat that new power set and humiliate the main character or powerful character. And Marvel is more of just like, this character can be beaten, humiliated every second of the day. It's just who they are eventually is able to win the day, not by training, not by doing this bullcrap whole training arc. It is just, there has to be a weakness to this person. Let me go learn it and use it to a actual standard, which we actually see in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, where, spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1, Namor, he's basically invincible, but if you can keep him out of the water and dry him out from the water, it is like a fish to the sunlight or a worm out of the ground, and it will dry him up and make him weak. So he'll be gasping for air if he's left to dry out. So she's able to use her technology and basically hotbox him until he's just shriveling up and like, and that's basically how you're able to deal with him. And that's what it is Black Panther. Well, Shuri, I don't think she's going to continue as Black Panther, but Shuri is able to confidently fight most people or deal with other people. But once you involve him, it's a new ball game, and now she's got to be like, I can't face him directly. I have to distract him for a plan to work out. And then it's just basically how this conversation's kind of ending here. It's just like Spider-Man, he's got other gadgets and other like techniques and other ways to defeat someone, where DC is just, alright, who can we find, who can we use, who's out there that we can just involve and they'll eventually win. That is basically what this conversation was and is. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. So next week we have not explaining, but I'm going to go over how I feel about the multiverse / timelines of what we know as history for us, and of like several different occurrences in media. And then Friday of next week we'll be going over heritage, legacy and tradition, and then culture, explaining what those mean to people. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.